Good morning and happy Saturday. Interesting topic, and I've touched on it a few times recently. It's time to touch on it one more time. Did you realize withholding affection, I'm not talking about sex, affection is emotional abuse. It is. Withholding affection is emotional abuse. Let's look at it from a parental standpoint. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma. And we all have those moments when our children are just trying our nerves. That's normal. So if you have an issue and you reprimand your child, you send them to their room where they storm off and they're pissed off and pouting for a little bit. And then they come back to you and they're genuinely sorry. You know how a little kid, 5, 6 years old, maybe even up to the age of 10, have tears in their eyes and they're sorry and they come up and they want to hug, or they'll lean up against you, or they'll reach their little arms out. Mom, I'm sorry. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do not look at them and say, you don't deserve a hug. You don't deserve a kiss. You don't deserve a cuddle. I'm mad at you. That is abuse. That is emotional abuse. That is the perfect teaching moment. When your child comes to you and they regret what they've said or done, put them on your lap, set them next to you and say, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry that you're upset, and I'm sorry I had to get mad at you. I'm sorry I was upset with you. And explain the situation. Talk about it. Perfect teaching moment. Use it. Never, ever push your child away from affection. Love is not earned. Affection is not earned. It is a given, especially between parent and child. Never withhold affection. Ever. Never withhold love. It's okay to tell your child, I will love you forever. Right now, I'm not thrilled with your behavior. I'm not thrilled with your attitude. You may not be my best friend at the moment, but I will love you forever. That's letting them know that, you will always love them. You're just not real happy with them right now. But you will always love your child. You should always love your child. Never tell a child you don't love them. Never, ever say that. They will say it to you, absolutely, positively. You get a preteen or a teenager and they hate you. Absolutely. My mom used to tell me that's when you know you're on track. It's okay, because they're going to come back to you and they're going to say, I'm sorry. It's okay. As, adults, a little different. If you're in a relationship with someone and for whatever reason you're in a spat, a quarrel, you disappointed them, they disappointed you, you know how life is in relationships, and you walk up to them and you want to give them a hug, and they push you away and say, you don't deserve a hug. You don't deserve a kiss. You don't deserve. Really? Because that's telling you right then, they don't respect you. And if they don't respect you, they do not deserve to be in your orbit. They do not, I can't talk. They do not deserve to be in your life. See you bye. If you don't respect me, see you bye. If you don't respect my boundaries, see you bye. Do not let someone emotionally abuse you. Do not, if you're in a relationship, a physical relationship, do not use affection or sex for revenge or as a tool. It isn't. If you're in a relationship, be in a relationship. If you're going to be abusive, get the hell out. Bottom line. In a lot of families, it is the norm, and it is a learned behavior to withhold love, to withhold affection, to withhold sex. If a child sees that in their family, if they hear mom and dad, well, it's model behavior. In their world, this is the norm. So they're going to grow up thinking this is the norm. It may be the norm, but it's abuse. Don't do it. Do not manipulate people. If you're unhappy with someone, sit down, have a dialogue. Sit down and talk to them. Say, I am not happy with you because. That's fine. But don't be manipulative. Don't be an ass. Do not withhold affection. Do not withhold sex. Do not withhold love. Don't say hurtful things that you are going to regret. Because once those words come out of your mouth, honey, you can't unring that bell. And they're not going to forget what is said. Don't do it. Think about it. If you're upset with somebody, take a few minutes, take a walk. Say, you know, I'm going to need some time to process this, or I am really upset right now. I need a little time. That's fine. Do not take days, because that's manipulative. Take an hour. Take a walk. But don't take days, because then, again, you're being manipulative. Don't. Come back and say, okay, here's the deal. I am hurt because. I am mad because. Explain your position. If you are on the receiving end of this and they come to you and they say, I am mad because, here's what I want you to do. I want you to use active listening. I understand you're mad because of X, Y, Z, but, and explain your position. But when you acknowledge what they're saying, I understand you're mad, they feel heard. That's important. Just don't go down the path of abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. If you're in a relationship and they don't respect you enough, get out of the relationship. Very simple.